Welcome everybody. What I'm going to show you here is how to figure out what fraction would come next in this sequence, in this term. The first thing we need to do is we need to figure out if the sequence is increasing or decreasing. If we look here, we notice 2/3 is a fraction, then goes to 1 4/15. From there, we need to figure out, and then we go to 2 7/15. We can tell by this sequence that it's increasing. The term is increasing. Now, in order to figure out the missing term, we need to figure out what the rule is. In order to figure out the rule, we need to take two consecutive numbers here, fractions and mixed numbers, and figure out the difference between those two numbers. Now, in order to figure out the difference between 2/3 and 1 14, we need to subtract them. And if we're subtracting 2/3 and 1 4/15, we need to make sure that the 1 4/15 is first, because the 1 4/15 is the bigger number. And we know in subtracting, we always have to have the bigger number first. So we take 1 4/15, and from that, we take away 2/3. The difference here is going to give us how much these fractions are increasing by. So I have 1 4/15, 2 and 2/3. I should say 2/3. The denominators don't match. Well, we know we need to get those denominators to match by finding the least common denominator of 15 and 3. The least common denominator, meaning the least common multiple, of 15 and 3 is 15. So I'm going to write an equivalent fraction here. 3 times 5 is 15, 2 times 5 is 10. So really, 2/3 is equal to 10/15. Now I have 1 4/15, take away 10/15. Well, there's a problem here because I can't take 10 away from this 4. So here's my renaming skill that we were practicing before. 1 4/15 needs to be renamed so this numerator is larger than this numerator. But the value of it still needs to equal 1 4/15. So I'm going to take 1 away, and I'm going to rename the 1 15/15. But 15/15 is only equal to 1. We need to add the 4/15 onto the 15/15, and we're going to rename 1 4/15 19/15. Now we are able to figure out 19/15 take away 10/15 is going to equal 9/15. Meaning, the difference between 2/3 and 1 4/15 is 9/15. That's telling us that this sequence is increasing by 9/15. So if this term is increasing by 9/15, what I need to do is I need to go to this next number here, 1 4/15, and add 9/15 to that. If I do this correctly, whatever answer I get should be the missing term. So I have 1 4/15, and I add 9/15 to that. And what do I get? I have 1 13/15. Now, 1 13/15 should be the answer if we were correct in saying that the term is increasing by 9/15. I want to make sure that that's accurate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check it again. I'm going to take this 1 13/15 and I'm going to add 9/15 to it again. If I do it right, I should get 2 7/15. So let's see what I get. I would take 1 13/15. I would add 9/15 to that. 1 plus the other whole number, there's no other whole number, is 1. 13 and 9 is 22. The denominator stays the same. I have 1 22/15. Well, 1 22/15 doesn't look like 2 7/15. But is it? 22/15 is an improper fraction. We would need to rename our improper fraction as a mixed number. Well, I know 15/15 equals 1 whole. How many more 15ths would I have left over? I would have 7/15 left over. So I'm going to rename that improper fraction as a mixed number. So this is equal to this. But I can't forget about this whole number that I had here with 1 and 22/15. I need to take this 1 whole that I had here, and this 1 whole that I got when I renamed the 22/15, and I get 2 and 7/15. And as you can see, 2 and 7/15 matches the term. Therefore, the missing term here is accurate. It's 1 and 13/15. Now, you also need to understand what the rule is. The rule would be add 9/15. Now, you have to be very careful, because even though we added 9/15, 9/15 can also be put in simplest form. 9 and 15 have a factor of 3. If I take the 9 and divide it by 3, I get 3. And if I take the 15 divided by 3, I get 5. So in reality, the rule isn't add 9/15. The rule is add 3/5. And that's how you would find the missing term in a sequence of fractions.